and after killing such a big animal like an elephant, you lace it with poison and kill more animals like we have at the moment.
Yeah. William, let's talk about the investigation. How far are you? Do you have any new developments?
What we're doing at the moment is we are looking at, what kind of poison was used on that carcass, and of course we would like to know as to who have done that. We're working together with the police to investigate, all these things that will lead us to stopping this thing before it becomes out of hand in the park and everywhere in the country, because we do not believe that if they did it in the Kruger National Park, they wouldn't do it elsewhere where there are elephants or any other animals that they want.
Yeah, I mean, last year the park actually experienced a very similar incident where one elephant, 4 lions suffered the same fate, with 46 vultures and 1 adult batelier all dying from poisoning. Does this appear to be a growing pattern amongst poachers?
Yeah, it is some kind of a pattern, but we've been expecting it, Leanne, because we know that some countries north of us are already, suffering the same fate, where elephants are killed, laced with poison, and other animals like vultures die. Generally, there are theories around why they are doing that. Things like, they would want to kill vultures for whatever reason, because there's no other way that you can be able to catch a vulture unless you do what they did. But the fact of the matter is that it is unacceptable. It's act of cruelty and barbaric. We condemn it with strongest term, and we would like South Africans to work with us to catch these people who are doing these things, so that we put them in jail. I mean, these people really come from somewhere where somebody would know them. It could be relative, it could be neighbors, it could be, anybody.
I want to just focus now on a report that was released by the UN Wildlife Day, which of course was yesterday. This new data is basically showing in a nutshell that more African elephants are being killed for ivory than are being born. And this is despite poaching levels falling for a 4th year in a row in 2015. So, I mean, this is scary. About 60% of elephant deaths are at the hands of poachers, meaning the overall population is most likely falling. So that's how one can interpret the results. We seem to focus a lot on rhino poaching, but in the background, the elephant population is deteriorating. I mean, what can we do that, I suppose, can curb this?
Leanne, South Africa, we, especially Kruger National Park, we still have a very healthy elephant population at the moment. But we have seen somehow, whilst we're still fighting rhino poaching in the last few years, in the last 2 years, we've also lost elephants. In 2014, we lost 2 elephants. Last year, we lost 19 elephants. We've lost a few elephants already in 2016. So something says to us that the elephant poaching that have been a problem in the northern countries, it's slowly coming down to us, but we are prepared. I mean, in the same way that we are fighting rhino poaching, we will continue to improve on our tactics. We will continue to employ more and more resources in order to fight this thing.
Yeah, I just want to read a little bit more from this UN World Wildlife Day report that was released yesterday. It goes on to say, in this report, it revealed a troubling upward trend in elephant poaching observed in the Kruger National Park in South Africa for the very first time last year. The proportion of elephants killed by poaching jumped from 17% in 2014 to 41% last year. This is according to this report that was released yesterday. This again is worrying. I mean, the fact that the Kruger National Park is being highlighted, and that is a very significant jump. I ask you, this surely must concern you.
The Kruger National Park currently it's home to the highest elephant population that we have in the country. And the issue is that once they start coming into the Kruger National Park for elephants, there are elephants everywhere in the Kruger National Park. It's going to be, a disaster.
Yeah.
So that is why it is necessary that, as a country, not only as inside the Kruger National Park, but as a country, we must stand up and defend our natural heritage. We have worked so hard for many years. We are known for, the best wildlife management all over the world because of the efforts of our predecessors and those of us who are there right now for this country and for the world. So definitely we can't open up space for anybody who have, malicious
intent
efforts to want to kill our animals.
100%. And William, we support you. We support you really as much as we possibly can, and we wish you best with the investigations. And we hope that arrests are made soon. William Mabasa is from the Kruger National Park, talking to us about a devastating incident that happened there. Nothing strange, unfortunately, to the park, where we're talking about 110 vultures, 2 male lions, 2 black jackals killed from wildlife poisoning after an elephant was killed there and poisoned, and those, of course, scavengers being poisoned from that as well. I mean, it's just scary when you look at statistics, basically saying that illegal wildlife trade is worth between 10 and 20 billion rand a year, the 4th most lucrative black market after drugs. Yeah, it's very, very scary. Well, let's turn our attention to voting this weekend now, and South Africans have been encouraged to register